Hard, did you see this Field of 68 title contenders tier that they did yesterday?
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. It's you and I have done a similar exercise on the pod maybe a couple weeks ago, and they put theirs in graphic form, which I appreciated. Always fun to just be able to look at a quick glance with some of these things. But let's run through what the Field of 68's answers were for their title tiers. So they had tier one called the true title contenders: Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Iowa State. We've called that like the big four, but basically we agree those are the best four teams. Then they had a second tier, which was tier one with an asterisk. And in Rob's write up, he explained what the asterisk was for each team. But it was UConn, Gonzaga, Purdue, Houston, and Louisville.
Mhm.
Basically, five teams he does believe can win a national title, but have their work cut out for them in some reason that's different than the top four. Notably, here, the tier below tier one with an asterisk is just titled The Rest of the Top 12. The rest of the top 12 featured BYU, Alabama, and Michigan State, your Spartans. Now, where we sit here as Michiganders, my timeline was full of Michigan State fans taking exception to this. Maybe there were Alabama and BYU fans that felt the same. I didn't see that. But I want to ask you, as the Michigan State fan that you are, do you take exception to Michigan State being left out of the top two tiers of title contenders by the field of 68?
Not really, because what's the actual exercise? Why do they pick 12?
Well, I don't know if it's a reference to the whole like AP poll thing.
Hmm.
It's probably that. Like if you're in the
Right.
top 12, we have to consider you a contender. But
Right. So you want to be in the top 12.
to me, the interpretation of the way they worded this is just, well, those three teams can't win the title, but we have to list them because they're in the top 12.
Okay. So I'm in the 12. So like glad you got your little graphic off. Kiss my ass. I'm in the 12.
But like
Put me wherever. Honestly, put me, I'm out on them.
even the tier below this was like, don't count them out, which to me like is expressing some belief. Like
Hmm.
titling that tier just the rest of the top 12. It's just like
Yeah, like they can't shake the toxic relationship that is Kansas, Illinois, Florida, Arkansas, UNC.
yeah, right. But I don't know. Do you get why your fan base took exception to this? And do you agree that Michigan State should have been bumped up in the Purdue tier?
Well, they took exception to it because they're not the true title contenders. All created Chip FC. Like,
Should they have been?
no.
Should they have been tier one with asterisk?
I think they should have been tier one with asterisks, yes.
Give me the pitch on that.
I'm looking at Louisville.
So if Louisville wasn't there and it was just Gonzaga, UConn, Purdue, Houston, you would have said it's okay to create some separation.
I'm also looking at Purdue. If Purdue gets deserved to be there, we deserve to be there.
Think Michigan State is as worthy of a national championship contender as Purdue?
Right now, yes.
Wow. Wow. I think I'd like further thought from you on that.
Didn't get my doors blown off at home.
It's true. That is extremely true.
Yeah, I just think that there should be asterisks associated with everything like this. Like, yeah, they are in the 12. But doesn't a little part of you feel a little nasty putting a team above a team with a coach that currently does not hold an NCAA tournament win?
I
You should
thought
be
that
exempt. You should be exempt from the list.
wasn't that your L's though? I thought that was your team.
I like Louisville, but I think they're in the show me.
Really?
Yeah, like you got to win a tournament game before I even respect you as a program or a coach.
So what I know we've changed our tiers from time to time, but like what would you have basically put a third tier in here called show me and bumped Louisville down? And then if there was a show me tier, is Michigan State above the show me tier?
I think the true title contenders for me, see, the thing is when I started doing that, Michigan's I 'cause Purdue is still a title contender. I would have bumped UConn up and I would have slid Michigan State in and possibly slid Louisville down or just keep Louisville. But I think for sure I would have slid UConn up a tier and then slide Michigan State up a tier.
Okay, regardless of however you want to term these tiers and the shifts, like I honestly, whatever your answer is with where you want to shift Michigan State, I'd be like, yeah, okay, fine. It's a fun exercise right now. I can see it a variety of ways. I just want to hone in on the idea of Michigan State winning a national title this year and quickly talk through a talk track on that with you.
Sorry, I'm looking at UCLA and the dark horses tier. That's hilarious.
And move on. We're ignoring that. Michigan State national title this year. That comes to fruition. What is your reaction beyond elation and happiness?
How?
You're completely shocked, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I just wanted to like in order to be put in like contenders, to
hmm
me that means you gotta really believe like, oh, we could win a national title. I don't think I'm there with Michigan State. Are you there with Michigan State? Because with all due respect, I know this team's tough as hell. Absolutely, they can make a Final Four. Simultaneously, while I'm watching this great start they've had and how good they are, there is an element to me which is like, oh, in a year or two, they might win a national title.
hmm
When they get the five stars in and Fears has shooting around him, wow, imagine that. This year's team is starting Trey Fort. Is that really a national title contender? Like, and I think there are some Michigan State fans who would be like, well, no, but we might fight our way there anyway. But like,
hmm
I don't know. It's kind of like for the outrage that came out, it's like, is there a portion of Michigan State that really believes they can win a national title this year?
I think that there is a portion that believes that anytime Tom Izzo coaches his team, that they can win one, no matter what.
He has won one, so you can't say he can't. But
Um, but yeah, I think there is an element of like, would I be happy? Would I be completely shocked? Not completely, only because like I could see something about this team just kind of shithousing their way to a Final Four and catching a team, and who knows in that setting, in a one game sample size, who knows at that point. But I would be shocked this year, yes, if this team won a national title because I am of the belief of the same thing you just said. I think this is the year before the year for Michigan State, or maybe the year before the year before the year for Michigan State.
yeah, and the year before the year can be a Final Four, and then the next year it's a title. Like to me, that's if I was advising this list, I'd probably be like, oh, put a Final Four contender tier. And I
Mhm.
got Michigan State in there, but winning four is different than winning six. And to win six, you have to have five good players. You have to have a bench. You have to have shooting. Michigan State has zero of those three things right now. And that maybe that'll change. Truly. Maybe Trey Ford will get good by the end of the year. Maybe Jordan Scott will be the answer. Um, I that's kind of the difference to me. Like I can understand why Rob left them out of it. Is because to me in my head, even in a best case scenario this year, to me it's like a Final Four run. It's not really all that realistic. This could be the team that gets Izzo number two. I think that's coming next year or the year after.
Yeah, North Carolina and the don't count them out.